I welcome to today's program a good friend and colleague and a regular columnist for ISSA, Steve Ashkin, founder of the Ashkin Group. Steve, welcome. Good to have you.
It's good to be here with you, Jeff, as always.
Today, Steve, I believe we're going to talk about an important issue that's the focus of a recent article you wrote, coming out soon in two ISSA publications. It's about the LEED EB version 5 update. I believe, Steve, you launched a social media campaign with some emotion behind it recently about this. What does this all mean? Talk about that.
So, the first thing that's important to understand is how important LEED is in the marketplace. And, the reason that it's important is because it helps set the requirements for our customers, right? It's not just another rating system, it's not just a nice thing to do, but literally over 100,000 buildings are currently certified in the LEED rating system. And it's estimated that, I don't know, 3 to 5 times that number of buildings follow the LEED rating system. Because you can imagine that on a college campus, for example, they may have one building that's certified, but they use the same cleaning protocols across the whole campus. So it has incredible impact on how people perceive our industry, how they create demand for products, what they expect of workers, et cetera. So it's an incredibly important document. I consider it the roadmap for a comprehensive green cleaning program. And finally, because they only do it once every 5 years, it was really important opportunity for us to advocate for the cleaning industry and to help people really appreciate the value that we offer in terms of protecting occupant health, creating healthier workspaces, more productive workspaces, et cetera, et cetera.
Steve, thank you for that. I recall when this first came about, you had opinions about this. What was your response internally or externally when you first saw this update, these proposals?
It was disappointing. For those of us who work in the cleaning industry, and I don't mean to offend anybody, but people talk down to us. Sometimes I think they assume if we're in the cleaning industry, it's because we're stupid or we couldn't get any other job or we're lazy or whatever. They don't respect us as, like they would if we were an architect or a lawyer or something. And, a lot of industries, they also recognize the importance of LEED. So they advocate for the things that are important to their industry. And the same thing is true with activist groups and community groups. They all wanted their piece of the pie. So it was really important for me to make sure, or do our best anyway, to get LEED, to get the US Green Building Council to recognize the incredible importance of cleaning in their buildings. So this was our chance, and I thought it was important for us to have our voices heard and to make the effort to comment and try to drive changes.
In the article, Steve, you mentioned one point that the cleaning industry takes a hit in round one, but you turn it around quickly. Second try brings improvements. Can you talk about what has happened with this effort that you're spearheading?
Well, first of all, I want to thank everyone, including ISSA, as well as BSCAI, Cleaning Coalition of America, ICRC, the labor unions, Green Cleaning Network in China, individual companies, individual people who really took the time to comment to really make sure the USGBC heard our voices. And so in the initial version one, it eliminated the prerequisite requiring training. It did a number of things that we thought really undervalued our industry. And the bottom line is in this new second comment period that's coming out very soon, we expect it around the 1st of October to come out for a 30-day comment period, but they've increased the number of points from LEED version 4.1, which is sort of the last version that we're updating, from 1 to 5 points. So substantial improvement in number of points. We got the prerequisite reinstated and as a matter of fact, they gave us a second prerequisite. They're encouraging more training. They're encouraging more protection for our workers. They've updated some of the product requirements. They've done a lot of things in this second version that I think will be very beneficial to our industry, very beneficial to the companies that can provide leadership on these things. And I'm really pleased with the improvements we were able to make.
Just wondering, Steve, what would have happened if, I mean, you told me about this months ago. What if you hadn't noticed this? Would we, what would happen?
We get our 1 point and, they tell us go clean and be quiet and don't, interrupt anything and just simply continue to ask us, can you do it cheaper?
Well,
Right?
thank you for not sleeping and paying attention to what's happening in this industry. We need people like you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. What's coming up that will help with this?
Well, during the second public comment period, we can make some comments. But more importantly, Jeff, what I'd really like to do is working with ISSA, we're actually going to have a webinar on October 10th at noon Eastern Time to go through all of the changes. And some of them are substantial. Some of the training requirements, some of the personal protective requirements. And here's another interesting one for those contractors listening in. I mentioned that we get 5 points for cleaning. Well, in this version of LEED, there's 13 points for waste, recycling, and composting. And of course, it's our workers that are the people responsible for moving those containers, for helping to sort the materials, to do all these things. So it creates other opportunities for members of our industry to be able to showcase what we're doing, to provide value, and hopefully to make better business for their companies as well. So I hope those listening in will tune in. We'll spend an hour talking in detail about the changes, and hopefully that'll give you some better insights of what needs to be done, give you a jump start on the competition, and to be a better resource for your customers who want and expect you to be the experts on the cleaning components of LEED. So again, I hope you'll tune in.
I'll put the link to that webinar registration down below. But Steve, thank you for keeping a close eye on the industry, helping us get through some of these potentially sticky issues that sometimes come our way and we don't even know what's coming.